Hey coaches, this is for Tuesday the 24th. We want to start today with our warm-up. In our first round going through, let's get members on the PVC pipe first. There's a lot of things that we can do in making sure in the warm-up that people are getting in good positions, that they're locking out in the proper way, and they understand how to move correctly before getting that barbell. Exactly what the warm-up's meant for. After that first round, based off of what you're doing by interacting with every single person, let's make sure to give some people the barbell, some people continue on the PVC pipe, whatever you as the coach feel best. Don't just let your members just do whatever they want. Make sure you are helping them during this 8-minute warm-up period. With our Snatch Liftoff complex, okay, involving this liftoff, it's gonna be really important to help members understand what the point of only lifting the weight off that 1 inch. Super, super tiny, but what we're looking for here, and this is specifically for you as the coaches, is understanding that as we're going, we want to make sure that we are driving the hips and the shoulders up at the same time. Those feet should be feeling like they are pressing the earth completely away from the body and not like we're just trying to yank on that barbell. This will help us understand if we're getting good engagement in those lats in the back, bringing in, rolling those shoulders back in the start, big tall chest. We're looking to utilize this liftoff as one of the most important parts of this complex. The other parts are things that we've been doing a lot of, and we want to ensure that our athletes are starting the snatch, and this is why it's important in this liftoff today, that they're starting the snatch in a proper position and in the proper place. The bar should be close, almost right next to those shins, and then making sure that as they're coming up, both the hips and shoulders are raising up together. There is no specific percentages on the first complex. Because we are focusing on that liftoff and really driving home, as coaches, you should be going to every single athlete. I want to make that really, really clear that when I'm going through all the gyms and doing all these evaluations, that is one of the biggest things that I want to hit hard on, is making sure that you're taking care of our athletes and them understanding that what they're coming in every single day, that they're going to get the fullest amount that they can from us as coaches. So hit every single athlete, making sure that they're hitting this complex as perfectly as we can, or as developmentally the best we can for the day. There are no percentages, so don't let members feel like they need to be constrained or fall within those percentages for this first complex. Then we get into the normal complex. This is where we're getting into those moderate zones. We want people to be having and a little bit more aware of their percentages, but if they are not feeling comfortable based off of the first part, don't let them feel like they need to hit those percentages for the day. We want to make sure in our high pull that we don't lose that good high pull, meaning that we don't want to be throwing that bar coming out here, that as we're pulling up, the bar comes away from our body and then we're pulling back here like this or like a row. We want to make sure that it's coming up nice and tall and that bar is staying along the path of our body as we go through this. We're going to make a big switch going into Haley. This is very much a sprint workout that turns out to be a little bit more aerobic because of the length of time that we'll be doing things. Each of those movements should feel like a sprint or right around that moderate to difficult sprint line. Okay, we're riding that line pretty hard. We really want to challenge our pace here. We get rest. It should be feeling almost 1-to-1. I think a lot of people will get past that 1-to-1, meaning that they'll work a little bit longer than their rest, but make sure that we're taking advantages of those rests and not just being hunched over and crunching ourselves and debilitating that capacity to breathe. Have people open up and be ready to keep moving. We should not be on movements longer than 60 seconds. So if people are starting to come in, especially from their runs, longer than that 60-second period, do not be afraid, coaches, to cut their reps down, meaning cut the run down. Make them only go to X distance. It doesn't have to be an exact place, but getting them in that within the 60 seconds is going to be really important for this workout to maintain the proper stimulus here. Enjoy today.